morning. This is Wednesday, April 19th, 2022. We're closing in on the end of formal meetings of the Senate Judiciary Committee, but we will meet unless there's an objection next Wednesday morning and next Friday morning from 8:30 to 10. We're going to try to meet. We can do it virtually or in person, doesn't matter to me. We will probably have some bills coming over from the House that we need to deal with. I hope we have some bills.
Just for the purpose of correcting the record, Mr. Chair, you said today was the 19th. Today's actually the 20th.
Oh my goodness, time moves on. We're closing in on Earth Day.
That's important for me as a lawyer because they always overturn my appeals if I don't get the actual date.
I apologize. It is the 20th of April. Yesterday was the 19th, and it's a day that we live in. All right.
Are we dealing with the cannabis bill today?
We already passed that.
It is on the floor today.
Oh, on the floor, yes.
Just a joke. Oh, yeah.
The 20th. I thought we would, today is 4/20. That would be an appropriate day to deal with the cannabis bill on the floor. I have to drive home, and I got permission to be on.
Today,
I have to be home by 4 because the caregiver leaves at 4. But I'm gonna leave right at noon time, go home, and I miss the celebration. Then hopefully be on by 2:30. Remotely, I got permission.
What's the celebration? Oh, right.
That's supposed to be a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Jigger. I doubt if he's watching us.
All right. We have a 6-page strike all of H505. Committee decide not to do the classification at this time. We are doing several of the things in the bill, some changes that the committee has made. So Michelle is going to walk over them, and hopefully we can agree on this bill.
So, good morning. For the record, Michelle Childs, Office of Legislative Counsel, and everybody should be working off draft 1.2 dated this morning of the committee strike all. And what's left of 505 are essentially a couple of technical amendments and then the establishment of the standards use board. So in section 1, this is the tweak to the cannabis statute, just with regard to the language on infused products. So just a technical amendment. Section 2, and that's the substantive part is on page 2, is striking the specific penalty for trafficking in crack versus trafficking in powder cocaine. So that is a substantive difference, but it's striking subdivision C2 so that it would just all be prosecuted under subdivision C1. And page 3. Section 3 is your Drug Use Standards Advisory Board. I changed, you'll see that I highlighted the statutory reference on line 1 previously, just in the context of the larger bill and how it was coming together in the House. I had placed it in Title 18 in the regulated drug chapter, but I thought it probably, because the board is within the Sentencing Commission, that it'd be a little easier for us to find and track down and put it into the chapter for the Sentencing Commission in Title 13. So I've changed the statutory citation.
Mr. Chair?
Yep.
Do you want us to wait till the end of the walkthrough for?
No.
Okay, so page 3 at the bottom, I like the addition of geographic diversity, but I still have a problem with the deputy commissioner and the 3 consumer representatives appointing the remaining board members. And I'm wondering if people would be comfortable with the deputy commissioner after consulting with the 3 consumer representatives, shall strive for. In other words, they're part of advising the deputy commissioner at that point, but it's not a four-person choice on who to elect members. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I will include that in the next version, and you'll see on the highlighted language on lines 20 and 21, just what Philip had just addressed, which is that it's the appointment of the members that describes the deputy commissioners to strive for geographic diversity in the membership on the board. Page 4, there are 2 additions with regard to the board membership. So you'll see on line 9, a representative of law enforcement has been added. And then on subdivision C2 is that the chief prevention officer shall be a non-voting member of the board. And there aren't any changes until we get to page 6. And I just highlighted on line 2, the change that I made earlier with regard to moving the section to Title 13. Then you have the effective date is staying the same. And then I thought it would be appropriate to change the title of the bill because the original title had to do with classification of the drug crimes. And so I just changed it to be focused on the Drug Use Standards Advisory Board.
Are there any comments from anybody in the audience who would like to comment on the changes?
Senator Sears, just one quick question, if I may. David Mickenberg, here on behalf of the Drug Policy Alliance. I was just wondering, I heard Senator Baruth's change, and I was just wanting a clarification or suggested change is, would the deputy commissioner be doing all the appointments now? Maybe I can wait to just see the language as drafted and then comment from there.
Yes, that would be the suggested change, as opposed to the deputy commissioner and the 3 consumer representatives.
Okay.
But if it would be specifically on advice from the 3 consumer representatives.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? Senator Nitka?
Well, if there's somebody there, fine. Otherwise, I just, with regard to Philip's proposal, you're not changing the deputy commissioner shall appoint 3 consumer representatives to the board. That's staying the same.
Yeah.
And then it's just with regard to.
And then, because the way it's written here, the deputy commissioner appoints 3 consumer representatives, then those 4 appoint everybody else.
Yeah.
But that's a majority of consumer representatives.
Yes, I agree.
So
It's a
it would
3-to-1 vote.
Yeah, so it would change it so that the deputy commissioner is doing all the appointing, but we're inserting the advice of the consumer.
And I can make this change, and then you can still vote it this morning if you're interested in doing that. And just so everybody's clear, is what it would be is that on lines 19 through 21, it would read the deputy commissioner, comma, after consulting, I'm adding after consulting with, and then there'd be the 3 consumer representatives, comma, shall strive for geographic distribution. So if you'd like me to make that change now and get a clean copy to you to vote today, I can do that, but if you want
I
to.
prefer to vote it today. I looked at my agenda, I don't know, this is April 20th. So it looks like we're way ahead of schedule. Can you check and see if Ben is available?
Sure.
Or Eric, either one. Ben, just going
Yeah, I
over
think that would be better for the other.
and see if Eric is available. Earlier, we finished this much earlier than I expected. So, Michelle, do you want to make the changes right now and then come back and vote?
Sure, if you give me like 15 minutes, if that's okay, and I will send that to Peggy, and we'll make copies and pass it out for everybody. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Go offline for.
Yeah, I think we should probably take our break now
Okay.
fairly early.
Yeah, you don't like raisins
The
or cranberries?
Senator Ruth pick out his trays and then,
Cranberries.
yeah, why don't we go off? We're gonna go off live, come back and vote on it at 9:30.
9:35, they say, I'd say.
Let's say 9:30.